I have no clue what the best fertilizer is, but I'll try to help you decide which one's right for you. They're logical questions, right? What's the best fertilizer? Which one should I use? Well, they're not easily answered, especially if you're looking for answers online these days, because it seems like everybody's trying to sell one. So who do you believe? Who do you trust? Well, today on Budget Lawns, we're going to talk about 3 things that I think you should consider when choosing the right fertilizer for your lawn. And the best part about all this is you don't have to believe anybody, not even me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as always. If you're subscribed to the channel already, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not, please consider doing so. Leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below if you like what you see. All that stuff really does help out the channel so much. So here's the deal. It was time for me to kick off my fertilization for the year. And I'd been wanting to do a fertilizing video, but I didn't want it to be like all the other ones you're going to see. And everybody wants to know what the best lawn fertilizer is. And it got me thinking, like, this is a little bit simpler than we often make it. The best lawn fertilizer really is any fertilizer. Something is better than nothing 100% of the time. So these 3 things we're going to talk about kind of take all of the thinking out of it. And you'll see what I talk about, what I mean as we get going here. But I got to thinking about these things because it was time for my first fertilization. I needed my normal ProCare 10-10-10 from Lowe's, and I'd heard that it wasn't available in stores. So before I headed over, I thought, let me check online and see if they've got it in stock. And sure enough, nothing. It wasn't available anywhere in my area. So there I was kind of scrounging around for plan B, which I really didn't have. But I'm just using a 10-10, so how hard could that be to find? Well, right next to the Lowe's that I always go to is a Walmart, so I thought, surely they'll have it. Check their website and bam! They got it, and they've got it in plenty, and I got a couple bags of it. One bag is already on the lawn. I have another bag for next month. It's just a generic all-purpose fertilizer. Expert Gardener. I mean, with a name like that, how bad could it be? So that's what got me thinking about these 3 things. It wasn't hard to find my best fertilizer. Now, is it the best fertilizer for everybody? No, but it's the one that I've used for a couple years and it works and I'm pleased with the results. So to me, it's the best fertilizer. So if you're trying to pick one for your yard, consider these 3 things. First, price. How much do you want to spend? Do you want to spend a lot? Do you want to spend a little? Sure, maybe you'll get promised extraordinary results if you spend a lot, but may you get good enough results if you just spend a little? For me, less than $13 a bag to get the results that I get and I'm happy with. For the little spent for the results I get, the return on investment is pretty darn good if you ask me. So price is number 1. 2, convenience. For some of you, convenience may be getting online, placing an order, and having it delivered to your door. For me, I like the occasional trip when I need lawn supplies to a local hardware store or a big box store. So I enjoy going to pick this up. And it's nice to know, and it's very convenient to know that if Lowe's doesn't have it, which they usually do, it's always right next door at Walmart. So convenience, high on my priority list. Number 3, get a soil test done. All right, a soil test is going to tell you what you don't have enough of in your lawn, what you have too much of, and it will point you in the right direction to choosing a fertilizer that will fix any problems you may have. Now, if you followed along here on Budget Lawns for any length of time, you will know that I do not do a soil test. I kind of catch some flack for that sometimes. Some may say it's even bad advice to tell people that I don't. But it's just not for me. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Sure, it'll help you. It'll help you pick the right product. And some will even say, well, don't you think you could see better results in your lawn if you used one? Maybe, maybe not. But if the results I'm getting are working for me, what's it matter? Look, I didn't even like science when I was going through school. So I'm not in lawn care because of the turf grass science or to become a golf course superintendent. I simply got into it as a new homeowner a few years ago to relieve some stress and pick up a new hobby, all while having a nice lawn at the same time without spending too much time and breaking the bank. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. But it is great advice to get a soil test done, because if you're just clueless and have nowhere to even think about beginning, it will help move you in the right direction. So those three things, folks, it kind of takes all the thinking out of it. You don't have to listen to what someone says is the best or works, does great results in their lawn. Just consider price, convenience, and a soil test. Maybe you want to mix and match those three. For me, price and convenience is a factor and not a soil test. Maybe you want to look at all three of them. Just find one that works, and when you start getting good results, stick with it. If you want to mix it up from time to time and experiment with new things, then by all means, go right ahead. But look, when you're talking fertilizers, we can talk about so much more besides price, convenience, and a soil test. I mean, we can get into the nitty-gritty of results and, soil amendments and micro and macronutrients and all different types from organic to weed and feeds. But the muddy waters get even muddier when you start talking about all that stuff. If you just want to start seeing some good results by feeding your lawn and doing the other cultural practices that we always talk about here on Budget Lawns, keeping things simple, dumbing it down, mow a lot, water properly, fertilize regularly, and controlling weeds in the lawn, then don't overthink which fertilizer you're going to use, because like I said, putting down something on the lawn to give it some extra nutrients is going to be way better than nothing. And as you get deeper into this game, which trust me, you will, you may find something else that works. But if you ask me, I kind of already have a little bit of an obsessive personality to begin with. So keeping it simple, not doing a soil test, and finding out what works for me is the way to go. Because if I obsess any more over it, then at that point, I may very well be teetering on having a bit of a problem. Some may say that I already do. All right, my friends, I hope that helps you in picking out a fertilizer. Just remember, stick to the basics, stay consistent, work hard, have fun, and guess what? You'll have the best lawn in the neighborhood before you know it. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you next time.